This is my ugly Christmas soap butter. I got my snowman hanging out here. I have the Christmas bulb and the candy cane. I think this is the first year that I'm really not gonna care about decorations in my apartment. I'm really not. I do think I want to do something though, like get like a little mini Christmas tree. So if you haven't already subscribed, friends, go ahead and subscribe. We are getting into Am I the A-hole Reddit Christmas theme. I'm actually really excited to read these. I haven't really gone through this in detail. I've just got a few stories that we're gonna go over, and yeah, am I the a-hole? We're gonna see. Let's get into this video. Am I the a-hole? Here we go. Christmas used to be fun. We'd open our presents as a family on Christmas Eve, and I'd spend Christmas Day chilling with my bro and checking out our new presents. But a few years ago, we started spending Christmas with my brother's best friend's family instead. At first, it was nice. They put on a great spread, fed us nice food, and it was nice to be a part of a bigger group, and I was grateful to be invited. But over the years, the rules became more and more strict. First, my brother and his best friends decided what kind of gifts they were allowed to give. Books only, even though I no longer read. The next year, I asked if anyone read the books they got last year, and no one had, but we still had to give books anyway. Then the conversations started to become very political, and it was obvious that unless you agreed with the group or the in-group, you're treated like your opinion is wrong and you're a terrible person. The funny thing is that we're both left-wing, but they have a lot of ableist beliefs, and I simply cannot agree with them. Each year, more and more of my brother's friends got added to the invite list, and I now feel very outnumbered in these discussions. It makes me uncomfortable because I have an invisible disability, and they have conversations about how people like me shouldn't take medication and our disabilities are not real. They believe in a pull up your bootstraps approach. My brother even started combining our last name with their best friend's last name by blending our names together. Because of all of this, Christmas just stopped feeling fun. I feel ganged up on, and I feel like I'm getting pushed out of my own family. My parents express they don't really like it either, and that they just go because they feel like they have to. So, this year I mentioned I was thankful for the invite, but not sure if I would attend. My brother got extremely pissed, saying I was selfish and not grateful for the invitation. This is the only Christmas event my family does, so by not going, I don't get to spend Christmas with my family anymore. It makes me sad, but I feel I need to remove myself for my mental health. AITA, definitely not the a-hole in this situation. Literally, when I was reading that, it kind of slowly, maybe this is far-fetched, but began to feel guilty. I don't know, like, you don't agree with us, like, you're the weird one, like, you're not included, like, what? And people can talk about whatever they want to talk about, but when you start talking about invisible disabilities and things like this just gets a bit more personal than just a basic conversation on politics and policies. I don't know. It's just I can really see how this person was offended, you know, personally by their opinions on like just pull up your bootstraps. It's not that. It doesn't work that way. So tradition and more friends, and it's like, that sounds nice, but even like the parents don't even enjoy it. So I'm like, why is everybody still following behind the brother? Why don't, even maybe if it's smaller, not that big group vibe, because the group isn't necessarily a good fit against is the brother's friends, keyword brother's friends. I would just talk to my parents and see if we could do our own little thing, cook a little meal or something, just whatever, and the brother can come by or stay with his friends. I don't know, but it seems kind of weird that this person can't spend Christmas with their family because they're all at the brother's friend's place. Like, that, I don't get it. Like, the parents don't even enjoy it, so why? I don't know. Okay, next one. Every year, my wife and I have alternated who we go to for Christmas each year, flicking from my parents to hers, which, okay, this has always been okay. Everyone lives close, so no more than a 30-minute drive. We now have a 2.5-year-old, and I would like to have Christmas at our house this year. For the last 2 years, we have taken the boy to her parents, and then mine taken the boy. So they both had him at least once for Christmas. My wife has decided that she would like Christmas at her parents this year, as they would very much like to see their grandson on Christmas Day. Last year, we agreed that would be our last, and this year we would have Christmas at ours, just us. I really wanted to do our own thing and make our own traditions, but my wife isn't into all of that. In her view, we ought to see parents, as they won't be around forever. They all range from early to late 70s. In my view, this day and age, people live longer, and who knows, they may live another 10 years, at which point my boy will have never had Christmas at our home and will always be drugged away. She gets a bit emotional about this and gives me the silent treatment. When I say we're having Christmas at home, it's awkward, and I just need to know whether I am actually being the a-hole. Oh, vitally, I have said I'm happy to have people here Christmas Eve all day to do presents, but that was received with a mild response. Okay, I think that, sure, it's his family, it's their child, their first child. He wants Christmas to be special and start traditions with his own little family, I guess, in the way that a lot of people do. Not everybody goes to some family member's house for Christmas. I think a lot of people do that for Thanksgiving, but if you're lucky to live near your parents and your brothers and your sisters, it is lovely to be able to get together with everybody, of course, but not everybody is necessarily into that, which I feel I definitely respect. she wished we were sisters, and the two of us jokingly called each other that by the time we were 8. Well, we had so many sleepovers, we might as well have been sisters, because we were together more than we were apart. When we were 10, her dad and my mom started dating, and everything fell apart. What? Amy's whole wishing we were sisters thing wasn't so true, and she hated my mom for being with her dad. Why? She started dating me as well. What changed? Over the next year and a half, while my mom and dad and Amy's dad dated, Amy started bullying me. I begged my mom not to be with Amy's dad anymore because it was so upsetting and stressful for me. Oh my goodness. And Amy turned so hateful to both of us. Mom got mad and said she deserved to be happy. After Mom and Amy's dad got married, Amy's treatment of me and my mom got worse. Oh, I think I understand. Amy even started spreading around school the stuff about my dad and my grandma, and she'd say in front of others that I was never going to have a dad because even the one who was supposed to love me did, oh my gosh, did everything not to be my dad. Kids are so cruel. Jeez. She said I was broken and unlovable. What the heck? At home, she was so hateful and would get in my face and mock me and tell me this is like traumatizing just a reading. She would get in her face and tell her that she wished that my mom had died instead of hers. She even accused me of making my mom and her dad get married. That's delusional. You can't do that. When we didn't have school, it got worse. 2020 to early 2022 was awful. I graduated high school in May, and I won a scholarship through the program that I was a part of. I get a year paid for 100%, and I can possibly get 80% for each year after if I meet a certain criteria. So I moved out of state for college, and now that I'm here, I don't want to go back. My mom didn't protect me, and Amy's dad didn't protect me. They put their happiness like what this girl is saying. And in that scenario, each kid felt like they were heard. They felt protected by their parents, and they felt that it wasn't just their parents' happiness above their own misery. Like, they tried everything, counseling, it just wasn't working. So instead of forcing it and making the kids suffer through, this is our decision, it's gonna stay this way whether you like it or not. They made a very mature decision, whether some people agree with that or not, and they decided to divorce, move out, separate the kids, and date, and we'll see what happens in the future. No rush. That's really commendable, because there's so many kids, so many people who are adults now who remember their childhood, who were not protected by their parents for whatever reason, and that stuff stays with you. So no, you are not the a-hole for not going back home for Christmas. Like, no, there's no reason why you should put yourself ever in a situation where you are not mentally, emotionally safe, or physically safe. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, next story. 24-year-old female. I have a birthday that falls on Christmas every single year, and that's how that works. Apparently, this is a big issue with my brother, who is a 27-year-old male. When I was little, my parents established that I would open my birthday gifts on Christmas, on my birthday, which is her birthday, either before or after the Christmas gifts. They didn't want me to feel lesser and miss out on my birthday present by combining it with the Christmas present. That is so sweet, because I was born December 28th, and sometimes I didn't get a birthday gift, you know, and that's a kid, come on. Anyways, I got all my gifts on Christmas, so this is really nice with the parents. The few times that it has been combined was by my request. They helped me buy a used car when I turned 19 as my present, and then they paid for a trip once I graduated college. Anyways, we've begun discussing holiday plans. My brother let us know that he planned on bringing his girlfriend, who is 29 years old, so that my parents could purchase his plane tickets. After that, we started a new group chat to include her in our planning. My parents organize a Santa lunch, and we usually go on a light show or caroling. My mom asked if I wanted to open my birthday gifts at the beginning of the day or the end, and I told her I don't care. The chats and scheduling continued seemingly without issue. Then 2 or 3 days later, my brother asked me if we would do my birthday presents another time, or if we could do that another time. Apparently his girlfriend doesn't want to buy me a birthday gift and a Christmas gift. Who cares? I was kind of wishy-washy about it. I didn't want to open them on a different day, but I told him that all she needed to do was sign her name on whatever she got me, and that would be fine. She doesn't need to get me anything at all. Thank you. What? He says that's not an option to her. She's freaking out and she won't come. My brother texted the chat and said I was making myself the star of the show on my birthday, like always. He said that I refused to move my birthday and was making his girlfriend feel not welcome. When Dad stepped in and said I was allowed, thank you Dad, to enjoy my birthday on my birthday, that he and Mom wanted me to celebrate then. My brother said he wasn't coming at all now. I talked to my parents separately and said we could change the day. Why? I didn't care that much if it meant that Jack wouldn't come. They refused. Good. Saying it was principle, but Dad also let me know that my present is actually something to be done on my birthday/Christmas too. When my brother asked me to change my birthday again, this time I said no, because I knew that there were plans involved. My brother's girlfriend is now calling me a birthday cringe to anyone who will listen. AITA for being born on Christmas, excuse me. Am I the a-hole for being born on Christmas? I think she's too nice. I think she's too nice. Okay, what I really don't like her, this girlfriend is, number one, his girlfriend she seems so immature and bratty, and what I don't like is the brother is an enabler. It just seems so foolish to me. He's an enabler. This is my family. My sister, sorry, was born on Christmas. That's her birthday. And, that's just how my family celebrates. She has a birthday gift and a Christmas gift. You actually don't have to get her a gift, but that's my sister's birthday is what the brother is supposed to tell his girlfriend. Now, if the brother was like, I don't want to come, and then, for Christmas, don't come. Please, don't come. The parents are right. You stand on principle. You don't need to change anything for just because one person doesn't like it. Who gives a crap about what the girlfriend likes or doesn't like? Like, who gives a crap? Yeah, very sweet of her to offer to change it, but she's too nice. Jesus Christ. Okay, 35-year-old female, and my husband's 35 years old, have 2 little boys, and our oldest is just now getting into Santa and the magic of Christmas, which is also my favorite time of year. Last year, we had a newborn and a 1-year-old, and I felt bad that my mother-in-law, who is 70 years old, was alone, divorced, grown kids, and we are the only ones in town. And we invited her to come over for Christmas Eve and stay the night to experience the magic with our little kids. Little did I know that this gesture would turn her into taking over, making cookies with our oldest, inserting herself to watch movies with him and play games without me and my husband. While it was sweet, the worst part was how she decided that she was Santa without mentioning to us until the little kids went to bed. Well, until the kids went to bed, and put out all these toys for the both of them, and was shocked when I said, well, we have gifts from Santa too that we want to put out. Essentially, she took over the role of parent, and it crushed me. Yes, my kids were too little to understand it, but she made sure she was in every video, every photo, helping them with every present. A bit overbearing. Her behavior was over the top and made me feel like she was trying to be the mother. She has done this in other areas of our lives, but we have let it go because she's alone, and we want her to have a relationship with our kids because my husband and I never knew our grandparents. This year, we are celebrating Christmas at her house, literally all day from 9 to 5 p.m. We will be celebrating at her house, so I said this year we will just be us 4 at our house alone on Christmas Eve and Christmas morning, and then we will go to her house. She was livid and proceeded to say in front of our kids that she will go and tell Santa that he can go to her house too. My goodness. I said, no, Santa only comes here because this is where the kids live. And she stormed off. She's like a kid herself. I tried to clarify with her that she is welcome to give the kids, what you want, but they are gifts from grandma, not Santa. While my husband backed me in the moment, I didn't feel like it was enough. He just repeated what I said and made it seem like it was my choice, which is fine, and I can hold the line, but it was frustrating, of course. When I spoke to him about it, he defended her, saying that she just wants to be with my family and join in the magic of Santa. Which I said I want her to be a part of this, but she is taking over my role as a mother and my magic. She already did this with her 3 kids. I'm mom, and it's my turn. I stood my ground and said we will be with her all day. I'm just asking for us to spend the night together as a family of 4, and an hour or 2 in the morning to do Santa together. He then threw out why I was making such a big deal of it, because he hates the idea of Santa and lying to the kids. AITA. Okay, well, overbearing and overwhelming. She kicked us out of the kitchen, saying it was her tradition to do the cookies. My husband never did cookies with her. She fought with my husband over which movie to watch because she didn't want to watch a kid movie while my son wanted to watch an animated one. So she sat him on her lap and proceeded to talk to him about watching her movie, and then she ridiculed us letting him eat cookies with her, that it was actually too much sugar. She's too much. Christmas morning, she actually pouted and is she a narcissist? Got mad at my 2-year-old son for not playing with the toy she got him. She's a narcissist, I'm sorry, come on. And almost told him that she was Santa. To top it off, she then lectured me on having my boys too close in age because she did the same thing and I was going to be miserable. Then, these are just half the stories that happened. It was not enjoyable or a happy celebration, it was miserable. Honestly, I don't care if Santa goes to her house, not because of her reactions or, that she is Santa. Just, whatever. So, yeah. Grandma's got some issues if you're mad at a 2-year-old for not playing with your gifts. She's not exaggerating, and the husband just doesn't want to deal with his mother, but that doesn't mean that you don't have to validate your wife. Alright, so this is the last one. Let's see. Okay. My significant other, Abby, who's 25 years old, and I have been dating for several years, and have just moved in together. Since the jump, she has known that I have a lot of drama around Christmas, and generally keep away from the holiday as best I can. There's never really been a problem with this, as I'm willing to appease both sets of parents so that they get their Christmas holiday and I deal with the event for a day or so. My parents and hers know very well that I hate Christmas. However, I refuse to go into detail with them as to why, but Abby knows full well why. I have a great disdain for this time period. Abby moved into my house earlier this year, and yesterday she brought up the idea of wanting to have a Christmas tree in the house, a small 5-foot one. It doesn't have to be that big, but I want to decorate for Christmas is what she said. My initial response was a bit too stern for the conversation, and I just had a deadpan look and a stern no. This caused a bit of an argument where she was saying how Christmas makes her so happy and decorating would make her happy. I countered it with, as happy as it makes you is how traumatized it makes me. This little back and forth went on probably for 10 to 15 minutes, and eventually I proposed the idea that she decorated her office as much as she wants, but the shared spaces would not have any decoration. Abby scoffed at the idea and said that we would talk about it later. I think offering the compromise of letting her decorate her office is fair, but she wants the entire vibe of the house to be Christmas themed. Am I the a-hole for not wanting Christmas decorations? I commend him, actually. I commend him for being like, Christmas is so dramatic for me that I hate the Christmas decorations. Oops. I put up with it, for a day for my family, for whatever. But even as traumatized as I am, I'm willing to give the compromise of you decorating a part of the house, which is your part. It's not a shared space, or I don't have to see it all the time, which is like really, really big for somebody who deals with trauma in this kind of a way where things can trigger enjoy your Christmas coming